The Regalia is a 46-story masterpiece situated on an acre of stunning beach. It was a designer's dream for the interior design firm Britto Charette to create their client's Miami vacation home in this high-rise.
Hi, I'm David Charette,
I am Jay Britto.
and we have the design firm Britto Charette located in Wynwood, Miami.
We specialize in high-end interiors from high-rises to residential homes.
Jay Britto and David Charette are the principal designers on this project. They create luxurious, jaw-dropping, high-end residential interiors. And today we get an exclusive tour of this beautiful residence in sunny Isles Beach. South Florida is color, texture, lifestyle. It's a vibrant collage of different cultures blended in different ways. This collage is where I work. I'm home decor expert Martin Amato. Let me help you design your lifestyle. Join me as we experience SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project with my own private elevator into my foyer. There is only one residence per floor in this luxury building, and they all have wraparound balconies with magnificent beach and city views. Now, the interior of this vacation home was a shell until the design team at Britto Charette created a sleek and sophisticated space for their client's family. Every facet of the design was specific to their client's needs and wishes, which translates to a lot of design work. Let's meet Jay and David. This 7,600 square foot property has 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and 2,100 square feet of wraparound balconies. This sunny Isles beach home has great water and city views from every room. So Jay and David, welcome to SoFlo Home Project. Now the word regalia pretty much is a description for royalty. So I'm sure your clients must feel like the king and the queen of sunny Isles Beach, right?
Yes,
They are.
With this amazing design that you've created here. Our tour begins in the heart of the home, the kitchen.
and having a project with a full floor plate with 360-degree views is amazing. So you're going to see this kitchen is incredible because you've always got something to look at.
I mean, I was gonna say, I would love to cook in this kitchen. Who wouldn't, right? Look at these amazing views.
Yes, absolutely.
But I understand like all the built-in behind me was your touch.
Right.
To add that warmth in the space.
It was a little challenging because the client wanted polyester finish, so that's really hard to get. And the lines also with the macassar ebony that we use and everything. So it's not.
So
not
these
a
are all
small wall.
fancy interior design word, by the way. So what is it, a polyester finish and what else?
I know polyester doesn't sound really expensive, but it is. It's the best finish you can get.
Okay.
And so it gives it the luster and it almost looks like a mirror finish.
Got it.
So it's definitely a luxury type
Right.
like finish.
And then, but the actual, is this like a wood veneer?
Yes, it is macassar. It's from Africa. It's a exotic wood, but yes,
And it
is.
definitely looks exotic, but at the same time, it looks very modern.
One of the things you also notice though is that everything that's large is built into the wall. You don't have any upper cabinets floating anywhere, and that's a huge difference that you don't see in most kitchens. And the fridge doesn't bump out. Everything looks completely smooth as a surface. So we really want to work on storage, ergonomics, but at the same time we want the kitchen to look very contemporary.
Well, I love the contrast, and of course you can't miss this beautiful island here with the waterfall. I'm assuming it's marble?
Yes.
Yes.
it is.
Correct. Basically wrapping the entire beautiful island here. And again, we talk about the breathtaking views, and I understand that the actual framing for the windows indeed are custom as well.
It's actually stainless steel. It's cladded, so it's wrapped around the aluminum frame.
Correct.
Right.
So it almost makes it look like they disappear, or you get this reflection and luster off of it. So it makes the views to downtown and the south from here, even at night, you're gonna get that wonderful reflection.
Yeah, it's like a beautiful mirror
Yes,
finish
that's
as
what it
well,
is.
right?
Yeah.
I love what you created on this side, kind of
Yeah.
like another mini lounge, if you will.
Yeah, it's like a tea area type of, if you a reading kind of area. If you're near the kitchen,
Yeah.
somebody's cooking, so you don't want to watch TV, but you want to read, or you just want to keep
So let's get a
company.
closer look, shall we?
Absolutely.
Great.
Let's go.
All right, so from the beautiful luxury gourmet kitchen, we transition over to this area that you were talking about before.
Right.
So it's like a little mini cool lounge, right?
Yes, that's what.
So let's talk about the color palette, because I see everything again consistent with the white flowing from the kitchen over to this side.
It's a classic Miami. We get a lot of requests for that. We try to warm it up with the wood floors, but we think that the neutral palette will give it a timeless feel. And we modify that with artwork and accessories.
And then of course this entire unit behind us was also custom,
Again, we use the macassar ebony.
right?
We use the white, which we have for the mixed cabinets here and there for the kitchen. The same type of stone, the white stone that the kitchen has. So it's pretty much integrated the way that we designed it. Our biggest challenge was that screen, the Crestron control system. You can't get rid of them, and so we had to work around it. This pretty much controls everything, like from the valet parking to, where you request your car. It's your concierge pretty much here in the space.
You can control the lighting, the music, you can talk to the front desk, like Jay was saying, you can call your car. So it's a really great way of interfacing both with the building and then with your own space.
Yeah, but you integrated it beautifully into your overall design because
Right.
you even framed it out.
We resolved the issue with the screen, framing it the same way that we framed the artwork that are on the wall. So instead, we took the negative and made it positive.
Beautiful work. So of course, this is the heart of the home. It's the perfect kitchen for entertaining, large gatherings, and family get-togethers. In order to accommodate all those guests, you need a beautiful dining space as well, correct?
Right.
So we're gonna see that as soon as we come back. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, we explore the perfect space for a dinner party with the $1 million view.
I'm Charette with Florida Home Improvements, and we're going to look at how we were able to help this military family resolve their issues with their roof on today's SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. Our tour continues of this magnificent vacation home with the principal designers behind Britto Charette, Mr. J. Britto and David Charette. Right off the kitchen, we find the formal dining room with seating for 12. This elegant setting is elevated by the gorgeous views. Okay, so behind us is the kitchen that we saw in the first segment, and now we transition more into the more open concept living area. And we begin with the dining room.
We have a beautiful custom dining room table. It opens up, you can take the leaves out, it slides back and forth.
And it accommodates, at the moment, obviously seating for at least 12 people.
We chose a large dining room table because it's a large space, and so we were looking at scale, massing, but we went with that neutral white because we still want the eye to start there but go outside and look at the view.
And I do love the contrast here of the white with now more of a darker wood tone, right?
Right. The contrasting in the dark wood and the light fabric, it follows the tone throughout the entire house.
Correct.
So the dining room chairs usually takes a lot of beating, food spill and all those things. So we use this particular fabric as perennials. So perennials fabrics are really heavy duty.
Right.
They're used for outdoors, stains. It's easy to take care of.
Can we do a test with a red wine glass?
No, I prefer that you don't. But what's amazing about perennials is that they've come a long way from outdoor fabrics. You would never guess touching this. It looks really luxurious and rich, but perennials has made a huge leap in the last few years, and now we're providing tons of different products that look everything from like a mohair to this beautiful chenille type finish.
Absolutely. Of course, you can't miss this beautiful chandelier right above the table.
Yes, it's a beautiful baccarat fixture. It has a traditional silhouette and
The shape,
the
form,
shades and all
correct.
this, but it goes great in this clean, modern interiors.
Right. Now, one thing that I do want to talk about, which is very unique for me, is seeing that sculpture right there, right next to the dining room.
Since this is a large room, we wanted some type of division without having something obstructing communication perhaps, or from one room to the other. And also, if you're standing in the kitchen and you look up to the ocean, that you have a long hallway, this is the first piece that you see.
I did see that.
Yeah, so it's in an axis, so it's purposely placed there, so it does have a function.
At our firm, we always use a partie diagram, and we always have something, whether or not it's a view or a piece of artwork that ends in axes. It's really critical that you look at circulation and views and sight lines when we start playing out a design at the beginning of a project. And so this was a perfect location to have that.
It's definitely a conversation piece, as they say. So let's talk about the actual shape of the chair, because it is unique.
Right, the chair itself has some Asian influence to it, if you can see. It also has the shape of a barrel, kind of like the
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
It's beautiful. And I'm not sure if this was obviously done on purpose, but I do love how it ties in with the wraparound balcony and almost like the curvature
Yes,
throughout the entire property itself here on the 39th floor, by the way. Which, speaking of which, obviously all these windows and all these sliding glass doors have to be like completely hurricane impact, correct? So that being said, let's see what Charette from Florida Home Improvement Associates has for us today.
We were really excited when this family called us out to see if we can help them with their roofing needs. They were new homeowners, and they recognized shortly after they moved in that they had an area that was leaking. We showed them a lot of different products, a lot of different materials, and they ultimately decided with the Integrity Roofing System. What drew them to the integrity roofing system was not only the materials that were being used with all the underlayments involved and making sure that all the lumber was included, but they also wanted to make sure that they were fully guaranteed and would never have to do the roof again. So the installation is going on now. I know they made a great decision and they're going to love how everything turns out. So Jasmine, we really appreciate you having us out and trying to help you with this decision. What was the big things for you, and what were some of the things that you were thinking about and recognizing that you needed to do when you wanted to change out the roof?
We definitely had a small leak that was a concern, and the roof's already been at the end of its life, so we didn't want to wait till it was completely over. So having you guys come out was important to us and getting it done. We purchased in May, and as soon as rainy season hit, we definitely noticed it had to be done now.
You ultimately decided on a great roofing system. You chose the integrity roofing system.
Yes.
What were some of the bigger reasons on why you decided to go with that roofing system?
We liked that it gave us that breather on the top of our roof for ventilation so that it doesn't get hot in the house. We liked that the longevity of it and the life of it. We liked that the system that we went with was able to just withstand hurricane winds and, you know, give us the protection we need.
Everyone wants a really good installation, and the guys are doing a fantastic job. But equally as important is making sure that we maintain the safety for the family while we're working. And covering the pool and taking care of the patio is a real important part of the process. We want to ensure that none of the roofing materials end up in the swimming pool, so we really took the time to make sure this area was kept safe and clean during the installation. It was great meeting with Jasmine today. The roof looks like it's going along perfectly. The installation is going to be done in no time, and she's going to be really happy with how everything turns out. Back to you, Martin.
Thank you, Tack. Great information as always. So one of the things very unique to this unit itself is that it has wraparound views not only of the beach but also the city, and that includes the balconies as well.
Correct.
They don't stop. They go all the way around.
Not only
You can
that,
actually do a lab.
Yeah, true.
you could roller skate on it.
So true. Yes, yes.
Each balcony is unique per floor. There's none two are alike. So you're gonna have this wonderful rolling facade when you see it from a distance.
By coincidence, most of the areas, like for example, a dining room, outside of the dining room, you have like a little space that you can place a seating arrangement. So it's kind of like if you want to have drinks or anything, or you finish eating but you still have a cocktail, you could just go outside and enjoy
Right.
it. The same thing from the living room. There is a seating arrangement with a fireplace.
The other nice thing that you'll notice though is the balconies aren't too deep. Sometimes when they come out and cantilever out, they create shadow that really limits the view and the sunlight coming in.
Right.
So you have a really nice balance between depth and sunlight, and you create a unique environment for each space.
So when we come back, we're going to take a look now at the beautiful formal living room and so much more. Coming up next, we take a look at this family's favorite gathering space in their vacation home. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. Before the commercial break, we spoke about the beautiful dining space, and now we transition into the more formal living room. When dinner is over, guests can move into the spacious living room. This elegant space is comfortable and inviting, great for hosting small or large gatherings. Now, this is an important space, guys, because it is the first space that you see as soon as you walk out of the elevator into the foyer, correct?
Absolutely.
So it kind of sets the tone for the entire design.
It does. The palette is really simple that we created here. The only thing we added was texture. Overall, everything has the same. It's continuous.
So very white, very neutral,
Right.
but you have that contrast with the different textures and the layering process.
That's really important. You can see it in the Kyle Bunting carpet or in the upholstery on the sofas. Even though it's monochromatic, there's actually a lot of richness through those textures you're talking about, and it really sets the tone for the entire project.
And the first layer, if you will, indeed was the wood flooring, correct?
Right. Most of our interiors, you're going to find that we like to mix things, but not necessarily in a drastic way to say something organic with something really polished.
It grounds
Yeah.
your design.
And a texture on texture. And one of the things that we recommend is wide plank. The wider the plank, the better. It really adds a lot of sophistication and richness to the project.
And now going back to the scale of the furniture, oversized pieces, because not only you were saying does your client request a lot of seating for their guests, their family, but also just based on the actual square footage of the space, correct?
And proportion.
Well, the living room It actually has close to 1,000 square foot. So the sofas had to be large.
There's something wonderful about the simplicity of a large sofa. Facing them across from each other encourages conversation.
If you see everything here, if it's everything, it's clean lines. If you sit in the sitting arrangements that we have, it's really comfortable. It's not something that you're going to be stiff and you're just going to be sitting.
I must say, even the armrest here is like an extra seat.
Right,
Yes,
by
it is.
design. And also we float a lot of our sofas from the floor. So it gives it it's levitating and it has that added richness and unique quality. But what's also important to notice is that European sofas tend to be about 14 inches from the floor, and we try to avoid that. So we like to have it be at least 18. For elderly and older people, it's easier to get in and out of.
So let's talk about the wall unit itself. It's a beautiful feature for, I'm assuming, a lot of your clients' collectibles.
There is actually a column on that side and there. So the way that we disguise it is creating a jewel box type of thing. So that's what you see, and we created the shelves. The shelves actually have a pin light built in the shelves. So that's what you see illuminating the
From the
glass.
bottom up, right?
Right. So
I got to talk about the media console.
Right.
It's like a true work of art.
yes, there is a product. It looks like alabaster, feels like alabaster, but it's not.
Oh, so that's not real
no,
stone?
No.
Oh my gosh,
So
okay.
the client was asking for us to work with onyx, and we're like, there's no way we can make, because they're actual drawers that you can pull
So
out.
there's storage inside.
Right, there's storage.
Wow, okay.
So in order for us to do that, we had to use something that is rather
Lightweight as well.
Right, lightweight. So we found this material that it's like a piece of paper that has LED incorporated to it. So you glue it onto the surface, and it gives you a continuous glow.
And
You
you
can
notice
really
there's
appreciate
no hot spots throughout this. We try to avoid, again, the color of the LED and also avoiding hot spots in the design. You don't want to see where the light's coming from. It's just a nice ambient, even glow within the
Right,
entire
right.
bar.
Now going back to your point about the LED lighting throughout, here's where you really appreciate it as well in the ceiling design.
Right, the ceiling design, we use the profile as a knife edge. I don't know if you noticed, you see like a piece of paper floating throughout, and the LED is continuous, so you don't have any hot spots. So those are little details that, you know, it's
So
like
the
you
edging
have
would
to-
say it's like beveled back, right?
Right,
So at first
exactly.
glance it does look very thin.
Right, it looks just like a knife, you know, but when you see it at eye level, all you see is just like a sheet of paper throughout.
The other thing you'll notice though is we do this because we're uplating that ceiling plane, and it gives the illusion that the ceiling is even higher than it is.
Do you find that powder rooms almost give you like a blank canvas to design and really go out of the box, literally?
Every time.
Yeah.
That's the place where you get to go
That's the place
crazy.
to
Something unexpected.
Luxurious materials. You have an incredible vanity that can be cast out of gold. We do a lot of really unique finishes, and that's the place to have fun.
So that's one thing, the finishes here are the most important thing. That's where you see that this project was well executed.
And also, we think when it comes to accent colors, a little dab will do ya, because we like to keep things simple and neutral, and we sparingly use accent colors.
Next on SoFlo Home Project, the breathtaking views are just part of the wow factor in this master suite. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. So we are ending our tour in really one of the most important spaces, I believe, when it comes to owning a vacation home. You want your master suite to truly feel like that sort of luxurious boutique hotel experience. Would you agree on that?
Absolutely.
Tucked away in a beachfront corner of this unit, we find the master suite. This private vacation retreat is the perfect spot to relax in.
With the design of this room, again, we follow through. As you can see, from one room to the next one, the same wood type, the light finishes, the accents.
So you also notice we brought in the same knife edge as the living room.
Yeah.
You can see that we repeated those elements. So like we like to have consistency throughout each space. It creates more of a modern feel.
With the wallpaper treatment, it's a fabric, right? Are they upholstered?
Yes.
Is it a wallpaper?
Yes, it is. It's actual wall coverings, and it's textile.
Wow. But then you continue that onto the headboard itself, obviously a custom headboard. Talk to me about the size. Why go almost wall to wall as opposed to maybe just defining the bed itself, the mattress?
Well, it's such a monumental room, and you want to have something that can balance that type of space and volume. So the ceilings are somewhat low, so we try to have this long horizontal element that unifies the bed and creates a dramatic statement when you first come in.
Now, I've seen different types of seating areas in a master suite, everything from ottomans, lounge chairs, even a sofa. I've never seen two loungers in the positions that they are. and I love it. How did that come to be? Were you guys playing with the layout?
Yes, actually, the original idea was for them to be facing north
Okay.
and the ocean, the intercoastal. But as we came along and we were playing around with, and the client actually was part of it as well. It's like, all right, this is more interactive, so you can
Yeah.
lay down.
It looks like a modern installation, if you will. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you're looking at each other. That's the
Yeah.
most important thing. Not just the view, but you're able to talk and look at each other.
Our clients love the space. I mean, they hire us to do 2 more projects with them.
And our clients love our team. And it really makes us feel proud as a firm that we're able to produce such beautiful custom high-end residential pieces for our clients.
No, it definitely feels great having that feedback from the client that, you know, they're happy. It's pretty much you put in your heart there.
Yeah, it's
to-
what we live
right.
for.
well, congratulations to both of you.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for being on SoFlo Home Project. To all the viewers watching, we'll see you again next weekend right here on Local 10. If you missed any part of this home tour or you're looking for more design inspiration, check out previous episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. There you can also submit your own design disaster that needs my help. You never know, soon I could be knocking on your front door. Next week on SoFlo Home Project, we tour an award-winning winter retreat, which has been completely transformed with meticulous attention to detail.